Hello, good morning, and you're welcome to Liberty Health Matters. To our listeners on radio, we say welcome, and even to the viewers out there, we say welcome. Now, a few months ago, just about at the beginning of the year, the World Health Organization put out vaccines that for meningitis, which is what we're talking about this morning. They put out those vaccines, and they said the new ones do not even need refrigeration of any kind. And, well, the vaccines were given out. So it was, or it is, confounding and a little bit more than sad that last week in Kebbi State, we had 42 deaths due to meningitis. Meningitis is not new to Nigeria. It is something that we have battled with for quite some time. My name is Jacqueline Adebija, and with us in the studio this morning is Dr. Hassan. Dr. Hassan, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Now, Dr. Hassan, like I said, meningitis is not new to Nigeria.
Yeah.
In fact, while reading up on it, I realized that there's actually a belt, a kind of belt in Africa that they call the African meningitis belt. And it has countries like Benin Republic, Togo, Cameroon, and the rest of them, and Nigeria included. Somehow we have battled with this. We will be coming to this, but for the benefit of all of us, let's take a quick rundown of what meningitis. Yes, what is this meningitis?
Well,
actually?
meningitis, as you said, we've known about it. We know about it. We know how it occurs. We know even when it should be occurring because of the weather and all that. But essentially, meningitis has to do with around the brain. We call it the central nervous system. We have the brain tissue. You know, is encapsulated in the skull. That's the bone. But in between it, you know, the brain tissue does not touch the bone. And then in between, there are layers of tissues. So there is a protective membrane around the structures of the brain. It's like a membrane, like leather, like this, transparent. You cannot see it. And then it has a fluid inside. It encloses the brain tissue. Then, like you put something in the tissue, in the leather, like bread. Then you know you lose the tied end. So it encompasses it. Then it now tapers down along the spinal cord. So the fluid there. So that membrane is called meninges. The membrane surrounding the brain tissue is not the brain itself.
Right.
But the covering of the brain tissue is called meninges. So any process, any inflammatory process, any disease process, anything that affects now this membrane is what causes meningitis.
Okay.
And why is this serious? Because you know it protects the brain. So anything near that tissue can now cause problem. It causes problem first by affecting the fluids. You know you have the membrane, then you have what we call cerebrospinal fluid. The membrane is covered, then there is a fluid. You see, like maybe you say lubricating it, and then that fluid is very transparent. It has insignificant pressure, and it's just there like water. But when